Rams at Patriots. Rams win this game 28-22. Take a look at the top 5 graded players for the Los Angeles Rams in this game. Puka Nacua at the top of the list with a 92.6. Or safety Cam Kinchins has had a couple of really good games this season. 92.6. Guard Kevin Dotson at 85.6. Offensive tackle Eric Jackson at 81.9. Center Bo Limmer, 77.9. Matthew Stafford in this one, a 79.9. On New England side of things, Christian Gonzalez with a 78.5 at the very top. Wide receiver Kendrick Bourne, a 77.5. Tight end Hunter Henry, a 72.8. Edge rusher Keon White with a 71.9. Wide receiver Pop Douglas with a 70.1. And then Drake May with a 79.4 in this game. So good little quarterback battle here. Very similar quarterback grades. Stat told the story. What do you got?
This, I think it was Lions-Titans earlier in the season. When I was watching this reminded me of, I think it was that game when the Lions just got absolutely blazing, unstoppably hot in the middle of a game. That's pretty much what happened here, because early in the game, New England looked pretty good. Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, when they were coming back, New England looked pretty good until Drake made the last interception, and a game ender. It is what it is. He's a rookie. Mm-hmm. But there were 5 drives in the middle of this game spanning the second and third quarter from the Rams. Boy, when they get hot, don't they? 4 touchdowns and a Josh Carty missed 26-yard field goal when if there was more time, they would have gone for the touchdown. And it was a weird day for kickers, wasn't it?
Extremely weird.
Justin Tucker, Josh Carty.
Kickers, outside of Boswell, kickers were terrible.
He might hit every field goal yesterday.
I mean, Evan McPherson's good.
Yeah.
And he just completely whiffed on 2 field goals.
We'll get to Dustin Hopkins. I mean,
holy cow. Yeah.
On a day, I mean, Josh Carty missing a 26-yard. But either way, 5 really productive drives. 4 of them scored touchdowns. 95.5 offense grade as a team on those drives. They ran 29 plays and got 296 yards in 5 drives. That's crazy. I mean, when you look at, when they talk about, well, the Rams can contend for a division title and contend for a playoff spot, this is why. Because when they get rolling, and I've mentioned it every week, I will do it again, I'll probably do it every week. When Matt Stafford's protected, and once again he was protected this week, this is a dangerous offense. And that's not the only reason, obviously, they're dangerous, but he got blazing hot in the middle of this game. He was protected. The Patriots, I mean, more power to them for actually making this a 1-score game again towards the end, because they just survived an onslaught in the middle of this game. And Matt Stafford, there are times, man, when this offense, when they get rolling, they can play with anybody. And I know, this is New England, but this was a big game for the Rams. This is a game they could have gone all the way out east and lost, and their season would have been just about over when it comes to playoff hopes. They needed this game, and Stafford and the offense came through, especially in the middle of it. Yeah,
it's the explosive plays as well, which I'll sort of piggyback off of. Nacua, 92.5 receiving grade, 3 explosive plays. Cooper Kupp, 77.0 receiving grade, 2 explosive plays. Those 2 alone accounted for 88.5% of the wide receiver usage stat that we have, which we call threat. It's basically they're the offense. I mean, we talk about the Bengals and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and them. It's like, they lean so much on those 2 wide receivers. Nobody leans on 2 wide receivers more than the Los Angeles Rams do, and it works. It continues to work for them. Those are the 2 receivers where they're very comfortable getting those guys in spots where they can create the explosive plays because they depend on them a ton. So the biggest plays in the games goes to their stars, and it's just a very comfortable, confident relationship that I think Sean McVay, as a play designer and play caller, has with Matthew Stafford, where no matter what the situation is, they're very comfortable going to one of those 2 guys, putting one of the most talented wide receivers in position to get the football when they need him most. Sometimes the game is simple like that, right? Get your best player the football. And I think the Rams do that at a very, very high level. So that's very impressive to me. Another most impressive, I saw somebody in the chat saying that Braden Fisk had 2 sacks in this game. Passers win percentage was still below 10%. So just as a whole, okay, he could be winning a little bit more regularly. But this year, I think Fisk has had some of those big plays, the sacks. He's been getting into the backfield. And for a rookie season for him, I think this is really nice to see, especially because it was a little bit of a slow start for him, I think, through the first, 3-4 weeks of the season. And now he feels a little bit more comfortable. I think next year and the year after, Kobe Turner also graded really well in this game. So just the young defensive line for the Los Angeles Rams, in my opinion, is giving them so much much hope moving forward, not only moving forward for the rest of the season, but going into next year and beyond. You draft Jared Verse. He looks like he's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Fisk is playing well. He's making some impact plays. Kobe Turner's playing well. Bobby Brown's been great as a run defender for them. He's an upcoming free agent, so maybe he's not on the team next year, but Byron Young as well on the other edge spot. He is playing well for them. So I just continue to be really, really encouraged by how that defensive line is playing. And then the other side of things, most disappointing for me, Patriots defensive line. This felt like it should have been an opportunity for them to capitalize off a really good week they had last week against the Chicago Bears. 8 sacks and 21 pressures last week was this New England defensive line against the Chicago Bears offensive line. This week, 0 sacks, only 7 total pressures, and a very low pressure percentage for this team. I think it was like 8.3%, which as a team is very, very low. And it was an offensive line with the Rams where Jonah Jackson, Steve Avila, Joe Noteboom, they really struggled last week as a group. I feel like the Rams did. So it should have been an opportunity for them to capitalize a little bit more. Every week's a little bit different in the NFL, but that was still disappointing for me. So what about you?
I'm going to expand on what you were saying with Fisk and Verse. And actually, I already did it once today. I love when I get to work a mini theme into the show. I did it once today with the other set of rookies in LA with the Chargers. This Rams rookie class has quietly been one of the best ones in the league.
When he doesn't trade away his draft picks, he's pretty good at this thing.
Yeah, he drafts when he wants to, and he wanted to draft this year. And look at all of these guys. And Omar Spates, actually, linebacker, went undrafted, and he found him, and he was great in the preseason. Took him some time to get some playing time now, but he's played a heavy amount in the last couple of games. He's been really good. 74 for him. Jared Verse with 4 pressures. Braden Fisk, one of those 2 sacks, I would argue the biggest play in the game that really got the Rams momentum. They scored a touchdown. 2 plays later, Fisk gets a forced fumble on a sack of Drake May. Rams get the ball, score another touchdown next play. Bo Limmer at center. Look, it's been some tough going for him. He was a day 3 pick. He wasn't supposed to be the starting center for most of the year, as he's been so far. He's getting better. Cam Kinchens with a game-winning interception. He was the highest-graded player in this game. They are getting contributions up and down from their rookie class, and you could argue it is saving their season. Not only, we've talked a lot about Jared Verse being a potential superstar. I mean, he's already one of the best pass rushers in football. They're getting it from their entire draft class right now, and it's a big reason, just like the other team in LA, that they've seen this resurgence from what really could have been a lost season for this team, the way it looked early in the year, especially in pass protection. They couldn't protect Stafford, and everything was going wrong. Now they got the receivers healthy. The rookies are contributing. Again, the secondary could be a little bit better. Big play from Kinchens at the end to seal the game. But this rookie class, you mentioned it, they have a really nice young core to work with, not just on the D-line, but all over the place.
Yeah, Patriots draft also not looking so great, right? Jalen Polk, 2 offensive linemen. I mean, Drake May obviously is great, but somebody in the chat was just saying, like, man, the Patriots could have been a team that
Well, Drake May is far and away their best player.
Could have gotten a lot more.
Javon Baker doesn't even play.
Right.
I mean,
right. It's tough.
Look, we knew they'd be picking towards the top of this next draft anyway. So
we did. But you would have liked to see a little bit more from that rookie class, no doubt about it.
At least we are pretty sure you have the quarterback.
Yes.
Pretty sure of it.
Yes. Drake May's great.